Welcome back aspiring programmers. In our previous video we explored the exciting world of C++ and discussed the fundamentals. Today we are going to dive deeper and start writing our first code. So buckle up and get ready to embark on this coding journey. But before we jump into coding, let's quickly recap the essential components we'll be covering today. We'll start by introducing the concept of libraries. They're using namespace standard directive. Then we'll get to the main function, and then we will discuss the objects of cout and cin. The compiler I'll be using is dev C++. You can easily install it from Google. So I'll be sharing my screen with you guys in a moment. Let's get started.
So, the first thing we are going to discuss are libraries. Libraries provides us with a wide range of functions, objects and classes that we can use to simplify our code. One commonly used library in C++ is IOStream, which stands for Input Output Stream. This library provides us functions like cout and cin. To use the functionalities provided by IOStream, we need to include it at the very beginning of a code, like this. Next we have the using namespace std directive. In C++, the std namespace contains many predefined functions, objects and classes, including cout and cin. By using this directive, we can access these elements without explicitly specifying namespace every time we use them. Now, let's move on to the main function. Every program in C++ requires an entry point, and that entry point is the main function. The function acts as a starting point for a program's execution, and any code we want to run should be placed inside the curly braces of the main function. So here's how the structure of main looks. You see the opening and the closing braces contains our code that we want to execute, and this is the most basic syntax of C++. Now that we understand the basics and the syntax, let's move on to outputting some information to the console. We can use cout object, which stands for character output or console output, to display messages, results and other information to the user. Now let's write our first code. Now let's start writing our first code. We'll start with the very basic code of hello world. Inside the inverted commas, you type the message or the information you want to output. ENDL stands for end line, which means that your line ends here and it doesn't proceed any further. And guys, don't ever forget to put a semicolon after every line, or otherwise the compiler will give you an error. So let's run it. And there you have it, our first output. Now that you learned how to display a message or information to the user, let's learn how to receive some input from the user. For that, we have to use the cin object, which stands for console input, to gather information from the user during our program's execution. Let's write a program using cin. I will just erase it. So here we are going to make a code to prompt the user for their age, store their age in a new variable and display it back to them using the cout object. So let's make a variable to store their age. I am just naming it A. In this line, I am asking the user for his age. Now after asking the user for his age, I am going to write a line using cin to store his age into the variable we just made, which is named A. Now to display his age, we are again going to use cout less than, and in the inverted commas we will write a message, your age is, and then again two less than signs, and after that we are going to write the variable that stores our value. And now our code is completed. Now let's run it. So you see, it's asking the user for his age, so let's write a random number, and there you have it. In this video we covered the essential topics needed to write your first C++ code. We covered libraries using namespace std directive, the int main function, cout for output and cin for input. With this knowledge, you are ready to embark on a more complex coding journey. Stay tuned for our next video where we delve into the variables and data types. Thank you all for joining us today. If you found this video helpful, like, subscribe and share it with your friends who are eager to learn coding. Until next time, keep coding and never stop learning.